On today's Star Wars Battle Breakdown, we examine the final assault of the Imperial Remnant. Hey guys, this is EckhartsLadder. Hello and welcome to another episode of Star Wars Battle Breakdown. By 12 ABY, the Empire had suffered a series of devastating defeats. First, Thrawn is killed at the Battle of Bilbringi, then the Dark Empire is ended at Onderon with the loss of Biss and several superweapons. The Empire would then reunify under the command of Natassi Dalla, but she would almost immediately screw things up with a failed attack on Luke's Jedi Academy. This left the now quite weakened Empire under the control of Admiral Pellaeon. Pellaeon, realizing that the Empire could never truly flourish and return to power if limited to the deep core, decided that he would take what remaining resources he did have and move to the Outer Rim. However, before doing so, he conducted raid and searches on all remaining Imperial shipyards and facilities. He thought that prior to reunification, some of the warlords may have stashed assets away. He was correct, and his find was far greater than he could have dreamed of: 2 Imperial Dreadnoughts, the Megador and the Dominion. These 2 ships, along with the Reaper, former flagship of Artus Kane of the Pentastar Alignment, gave Pellaeon 3 Super Star Destroyers. Pellaeon's first move was to take his forces to the planet Orinda. Splitting his 3 Dreadnoughts up, he managed to take a variety of systems near the Galactic core. In a very Pellaeon fashion, he contacted the New Republic and stated that so long as they weren't aggressive with his new territory, he would not push back. Basically, now that the Empire had at least some sort of real territory, he was fine with no further offensives. The New Republic either didn't believe Pellaeon or was too scared of unchecked Imperial power, and in response, dispatched the Lusankya and Rogue Squadron. The Lusankya was a captured Imperial Super Star Destroyer, and this marked one of the first times the New Republic heavily relied on Dreadnoughts. Typically, the New Republic preferred a mobile fleet with a focus on starfighter carrying and self-sufficient carriers. Realizing that the New Republic was not aware of the survival of the Dominion and the Megador, Pellaeon kept those 2 Dreadnoughts in waiting while flaunting the Reaper. He lured the Lusankya, pulling back each time further into his captured territory. The 2 Dreadnoughts clashed but could never land a killing or even damaging blow. In response, the New Republic dispatched an Endurance-class fleet carrier loaded with top-of-the-line E-Wings. Several other ships were also attached to the fleet, including various Mon Calamari cruisers. The New Republic was very willing to dedicate assets to this cause, as they believed the Reaper was the final intact Imperial Super Star Destroyer. Finally, we have the Battle of Orinda. Pellaeon had pulled back through so many systems that this fight was taking place over the planet which really started the whole conflict. This time, instead of retreating, Pellaeon held his ground. The New Republic appeared, engaging the Super Star Destroyer with its own Dreadnought in a fierce broadside barrage. The Endurance-class fleet carrier was also moved into position, but the E-Wings were held in reserve. The captain of the Endurance wanted to show off the capability of the new E-Wing and first wanted the Lusankya to pound down the shields of the Dreadnought. However, this was all a trap by Pellaeon. 6 interdictor cruisers jumped into the system and moved into position to prevent a New Republic retreat. Moments later, the Empire's forces were again supplemented, this time by the Super Star Destroyer Dominion. The Endurance was almost immediately destroyed, not having even launched its fighters, and the Lusankya was on the verge of destruction. Thankfully, Rogue Squadron was able to clear out the interdictors, allowing the fleet to escape, but this was nonetheless a victory for the Empire, and they still held the Megador in secret. Under command of the surviving Imperial Moffs, Pellaeon was ordered to turn this victory into a major offensive campaign. The Reaper was destroyed at the Battle of Selenon by famed New Republic officer Admiral Etan Abbot. The New Republic's 4th, 3rd, and 5th fleets were also brought into action, winning decisive battles at Chalmumis, Champala, Kataris, and Tangreen. Finally, we have the Empire's devastating defeat at Anx Minor. There, Pellaeon used his 2 remaining Dreadnoughts, as well as a support fleet, including notably a Saranin-class Star Destroyer, scavenged from the Duskon League after the Black Fleet crisis. The New Republic responded with the Guardian Super Star Destroyer, which had been attached to the 3rd Fleet under the command of Admiral Ackbar, and he was able to take advantage of a known design flaw in the Serannon, hitting the ship's weak spot, exploding an antimatter, and causing massive damage to Pellaeon's fleet, including the Megador. The Admiral was ordered to retreat, and this was really the last major conflict between the New Republic and the Empire. This whole campaign is notable in my mind because Pellaeon did not want to launch a campaign against the New Republic. First, he was forced to respond by an overly defensive and reactionary New Republic. Then, he was sent on the offensive by war-hungry Moffs, who really wanted nothing more than to restore the former glory of the Empire through battle and destruction. This campaign would result in the destruction of one Super Star Destroyer, the damaging of the Megador, and the loss of countless other small ships. It also represented the undoing of countless years of reunification and rebuilding, and after this point, there was no serious chance of a return to Imperial glory. During the Kahamas crisis, the Gavir-Pellaeon Treaty was signed, formally ending the Galactic Civil War. Everything from today's video comes from the New Essential Guide to Warfare. The Orinda Campaign is not detailed in any primary sources, but is given several pages in this excellent book. If you want to learn about this and more, I've put a link down in the description where you can buy the book, and any purchases you make will also support the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, this has been EckhartsLadder. May the Force be with you.